A war of words between President Trump and Iranian leader Hassan Rouhani seemed to come out of nowhere this week. But in fact, there is a backstory that the leftist media won't tell you about. In a Twitter message to the 7th president of Iran, Trump wrote in all caps, "Never, ever threaten the United States again, or you will suffer consequences, the likes of which few throughout history have ever suffered before. We are no longer a country that will stand for your demented words of violence and death. Be cautious." Of course, the media didn't bother to find out why Mr. Trump issued such a strong warning. Joining us now is managing editor Mark Angelides with the backstory. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Lisa.
Mark, can you tell us what caused the president to write such a strongly worded message?
Well, in all honesty, these things, they don't happen in a vacuum. Many in the media would have you believe that Donald Trump was just sitting at home in the Oval Office and decided to send out a very, very strongly worded tweet. But there's so much backstory to this that's just being completely ignored. For example, just hours before he actually put this tweet out, President Rouhani was speaking to a large collection of Iranian diplomats and word for word said, peace with Iran is the mother of all peace. War with Iran is the mother of all war. And went on to talk about how America should not be grabbing the lion's tail of Iran. Now, while many will pick up that, oh, but he did mention peace, this is just to make the threat of war even more foreboding. So it was basically a threat of war against America for pulling out of the Iran deal.
What specifically is Iran up to these days?
Well, they're busy. They're very busy. According to a range of reports coming out of German intelligence services, they are busy buying components for weapons, for nuclear missiles, various valves for developing fissionable material, etc. According to other reports from around the world, they are buying materials for weapons of mass destruction, so chemical, biological, and of course nuclear. On the home stretch, they are still oppressing their people greatly. There are what's known as modesty police roaming the streets who will any woman who dares to show her hair or dance is one that's coming out quite a lot on social media. They're being picked up by the modesty police. Their families get in trouble. These girls get in trouble. Obviously, they're still executing people in football stadiums. They're very busy. They're very busy. But the main thing they're doing is really trying to retaliate against America whilst shoring up support from the EU, specifically France and Germany.
From your perch, do you believe that the president's tweet was warranted?
Yes, absolutely. When a country threatens your country, you expect to give a response, surely. The idea that President Trump wouldn't respond to such provocation is quite ridiculous. I mean, it would essentially make them lose face with Iran, which would provoke Iranian government to carry on with these kind of threats. It's a very similar situation to the North Korea rocket man talks that we had months ago. And since then, of course, there's been 9 months without a single rocket being launched from North Korea. So that worked. And we're kind of hoping for the same outcome here is if you meet bullying with strength, then the bully invariably backs down. And the bully in this case is not Donald Trump, as the world's media would have you believe. The bully here is Iran.
Good stuff. Thank you. That's Mark Angelides, Liberty Nation's managing editor, reporting from London. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Lisa.